Welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. I am just getting out here in the shop this morning. I have been laid up. I got a package from Miss David and Darlena Olson that I am kind of curious about. Her son, she said, makes these fire starters. And my Jonah is getting dried out. I took a little swim yesterday. I'll tell y'all about that. The video is uploading. I didn't get the footage of it. I wasn't filming at the time it happened because I should have been, but I had got in a hurry and wouldn't. Brody likes that stuff. Oh, this is going to turn bottom upwards. It's upside down here, or come open. Anyway, yeah, it's all right too. So I don't know exactly how this works. This is some char cloth, but this is a fire piston. I am familiar with them somewhat, not great experience. I have never had one. I have seen videos of them. So before I go to tinkering with it, let me take a moment and see if she explained how it worked. I sent this because I'm not sure how to use this thing. So good. I get to be the guinea pig. I basically know. I don't know if I need a touch of oil in that thing or not. Does this bottom unscrew? The bottom does unscrew. So, all right. I'm going to play this by the best. Before we do all this, you got these compartments. It is really well made. Her son makes them, so I'm not sure the situation there. And I have some char cloth that I have made in there, but I am going to make a fire. I need to go get my bird's nest. I have a bird's nest around here that I had made. So I only need a small piece of this. So what you do is you take my bench, everything's gonna roll off. And stick this up in there. Screw that back on there. Make sure I get the dirt cleaned off. All right, let me go get my bird's nest first. Okay, so I don't know if I said it, but this is a fire piston, is what it's called. This is a literal bird's nest. Like, I didn't fabricate a bird's nest. It's got the feathers. So I was cleaning out some stuff around yonder, and this was in it. I'm gonna put that in there. So I'm going to actually use that bird's nest to start my fire. So what you do is you take this, you put this in there, and you, I don't think I got it good. Anyway, I don't think I'm hitting it just right. I may need a little bit of oil on that rubber O-ring. Let's see if it hadn't popped. It's supposed to pop sound. Maybe I need to hit it with my left hand. All right, y'all, I got this figured out, but I got a couple of problems here. My tinder is not really dry. This, I got it to light off camera is what I did, playing with it, and I figured out how to make it work. This is a lot of green dried moss, so no good. Next thing is it's damp out here. A lot of stuff is moist, which is not a problem. You're going to deal with that in the natural world if you're trying to do this. So I got some sawdust. I've got some fat wood. So I'm fixing to get me some some shavings, and I needed to use the back of my knife. And this is going to make life a whole lot easier for me. And this is fat wood, rich pine, lighter pine, pine knot. Usually we call it lighter pine or pine knot. Everywhere everybody calls it a little something different. It's the same thing. Nobody's wrong. It just depends on where you're standing and what you was taught. As long as you know what we're talking about, that's all that matters. I don't care what you call it. I just wanted you to know what I was putting in here. So you see how I've scraped that. And I've got me a good handful, and I'm putting that in my bird's nest. That's going to make life easy. Make it easy for yourself. All right. So here's what you do. You take your char cloth, tear you a little piece off about like that. Then tear about that much off of that and lay your other piece down because you're going to need it. Because this little piece in here, not quite big enough to get all that lit. Ooh, come here now. Don't drop it on the wet ground and lose it. Hold it over your table, because I know off out there in the woods you'll have you a table. Be a stump's what it'll be. All right. And make sure your fingers is dry when you're doing this. But that little dimple, you want to pack that in there just like that, okay? Take this, put it on there like that, and there it is. It is. Before it goes out, I want y'all to see that it is burning. So then you take your other piece and kind of stick them together where because that little one will burn up before you get done what you're going to do. All right, now you got all this. Be gentle, be patient, don't blow it out. Don't get in a hurry. Take your time. And once you get a good you got a flame. We're going in our fire with this. So that is how that works. Y'all, that is a nifty little thing. That is a nifty little device, y'all. So I'm going to put it all back together. So you're going to have to store along with this some char cloth, and you don't need very much. You don't need very much at all. I know that light behind you, but Miss Darlena, thank y'all for this. I like it. I'm gonna actually put it right up there because I ain't got room. I'm gonna keep the box. They sent it in a nice little box. It was cut out for it. Very cool, very cool. Get my fire over here going. Okay, as promised, I'll tell you why the going ain't on the side at the moment. I gotta oil it, clean it up, clean the mud off. Yesterday, trapping beavers. I'm filming video. It starts getting late, so I don't tote the tripod with me because I had my hands full and I didn't want to make but one trip. I had done got on the buggy and drove way down in the woods and didn't have a bag with me. And I said, well, I don't really have time to film this last, just setting a few traps anyway. So I got a couple of clips, and then I go out, I tear out a beaver dam, and I set 2 traps. Let me put some more wood on this right quick while I'm telling this. Roscoe's over here. He's going to keep an eye on it for me. He's babysitting. We're going to put it over here. It'll dry out. We're going to get us a fire going, buddy. He thinks I done forsook us because his fire took longer than it should have normally. All right. So, I've got my tide weed waders on, and I'm like, well, I'm going out to that beaver hut, and I'm going to set the runs going in that house, because that's a guaranteed catch. They gonna go in and out of there. Well, as I start getting closer and closer to it, the water level is right here. I mean, it's that deep out there. I'm like, Well, usually there's beaver runs. In that foundation dirt out there, they dug down so when the water really gets low, they still got water to run it. I know this. This ain't my first rodeo. And I don't have a camera running. Should have, okay? Should have been running, but I had to walk too far. I didn't tote the tripod on stuff. I will do better. I promise y'all, I'll do better. Because I hate to not get this kind of stuff on camera. And I go out to this beaver run, and all of a sudden, I find that old run that I knew was probably there. And I had a pole in my hand. I had me a stick that I was poking around. I mean, by that time, it was over here where I hadn't poked, and I went, and I didn't go completely under, but I went to about right here. And I said, ooh, and I sloshed around, and I started grabbing for sticks, because I know that them waders fill up, they'll drown you. Clear. Put that belt on where they don't feel slam up. But I didn't fill them up. I mean, I was where I still had my foot on the ground. I could still stand up. I mean, I stepped right back up out on the ground. I was above. But I was like, okay, I want out of this water now. So I started pulling myself up on this beaver hut. Well, I couldn't get up on it. I mean, I was heavy. So I was fine. I wasn't in danger as far as drowning at all. I could have turned around, walked all the way back to the water, but I still wanted to set. I still had a beaver trap in one hand. So my phone's in my pocket. It's, zipped up. Well, I discovered real quickly that in the bib of them, that ain't waterproof in that front. This zipper there. Inside, there's a flap that is waterproof. That's where your phone needs to be. That's where mine should have been over there on the tripod recording and not with me at all, really and truly. But I'm out there, and I mean, it got cold. The air temperature was probably, at that point, in the low 50s, I'm going to say, upper 40s. It was not like 30 degrees, but now that water was cold. I don't know what temperature it was. It felt like it was about 15 degrees, but I know it was probably in the 40s, maybe the 50s. I don't know. May have been warmer than that, but it felt cold. So anyway, Jonah was on my side, inside my waders. It got all wet, so I pulled it out and just left it to dry last night. My belt is over here drying. Fire is over there burning good. So anyway, I took me a little swim last night in the cold, and I had to go back. Now the hard part was I set the trap, finished what I was doing, got out, found my way out. It was already getting dark. Didn't even have a flashlight with me. I was betting on using my phone for the flashlight after I realized, hey, what happened is it was getting late and I needed to hurry in there and set them 4 or 5 traps before I left, because that was going to be my catches when I come back. And I'm going to have some catches when I go back today. Well, I'm going to go back in the morning. First thing in the morning, I'll be down there. We got 36 hours in Mississippi. You can go. You don't have to catch. So I left there yesterday evening. It is 12 hours. I've got 36 hours. So that's what I usually do, because I can stretch my time out, because it's an hour and a half ride down there. And I need to make knives today. So first thing in the morning, I'll be down there checking my trout. That is the way I operate them. So I get back to the buggy. I've got to ride 1.5 miles back up the hill to where I parked the truck, because the roads is wet and muddy, and that's why I took the buggy. I didn't want to get stalled in there in my truck. I'm 1.5 hours from the house. Don't know anybody to call down that way. So I rode back up there, and at least I'm smart enough to take dry clothes with me and have them on the back seat. So I had to strip down, I'm talking about to nothing, because I was wet all the way through, and put on my dry clothes to ride home in. And that breeze, that cool breeze up on top of that hill, because down there on that hunting club and that land, it's up on top of a hill. Now, Mike Reed, we ain't got no mountains here, but when we find something that's 100 foot tall, 50 foot tall, that's a mountain to us. But this is probably an elevation a couple of 100 feet, I would say, above everything around it. Over in the very east part of Mississippi, there's a line. If you look at the topographic map, we've got some 100-foot elevation, and I'm talking about some of them are 45 degrees down. Over there, it's not that steep, not where I was at. But I had to get way up on top, and that's where I left my truck. And, y'all, it was cold. It was cold. Before I got through with what I was changing my clothes, my teeth was chattering, my knees was knocking together. But I made it. I got an old truck. I cranked the heater up. So anyway, my belt and my knife is all nasty up. So this smoke is coming out of that whole stick of wood in there. Shut that. All right. So what I'm going to do to clean this, I'm going to use WD-40. I have got WD-40 in a big old gallon can, and I bought one of these spray bottles so I can take this. And what I do, it's a wore out real fine. And with that oil, don't get sanding too rough now. And don't sand it dry. And the reason I sand with oil like that, it don't take the patina out of my knife and take it down to shiny, shiny metal. It will if you keep sanding it, but I can go lightly sand over it like that. And I'm just showing y'all a little bit of knife care my way. So see, I've got oil all on that. And that cleans my blade. Now it is good and clean. So now I'm going to take this WD-40 and I don't mind getting it all on my fingers. You may want to use gloves and all such as that if you're from town, you know, but out here we don't care if we get it on our fingers. Unless I'm fixing to go deer hunting. I'm probably not going to get to go today. I had plans to go deer hunt today, but I remembered I've got a phone call appointment at 4 o'clock this evening with the owner of Secret Creek that makes TPs. Looking forward to that phone call. Hopefully we can get us a TP. So anyway, I got to get to work, y'all. I think I'm going to go over my sheet before I do. Rubidoux Creek wax, blade and leather, and I'm probably gonna go over the blade and the I like that WD-40 for soaking in, but if you want to coat the outside good, this is better. And I just keep a little old piece of rag down in that can. I think he's got it for sale on his YouTube website. He's got a whatnot or something. I don't have whatnot, but anyway, I got my. So that is what I put on it. He makes it, sells it. Get up with him. All right. We're going to take a break for a little bit. It is the end of the day. We've had fire going all day. I have stacked a little bit of wood. Didn't get a chance to film anything else. I have been busy working. Got a lot going on. Got some good news coming. So anyway, I am fixing to conclude this video. I'm fixing to go in the house. I've been working on some knives, cut out some blanks. Hadn't accomplished no whole lot today, but have accomplished a little bit. Thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. Remember, the best way to do things, the way you like to do it. Y'all have a good one.